Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast. And today we're going to be talking about strength training for women who are 30 plus and why strength training is way more important than extra cardio. And just a heads up, we are not against cardio or any other activities like Pilates, yoga. These are all great as supplemental things, but we are going to be talking about strength training in terms of your health, how important it is for longevity and all the myths and benefits of it. So we're going to cover that all in our episode today.
We are two women who love strength training, and we're going to be talking today about lifting and why it is good for you and why it is working for us.
Let's start with the very first reasoning why, after a certain age, after 30 years old, things become much harder. So, metabolism and muscle and how they are related to each other. So, basically, after 30, we naturally lose muscle, and if we are not doing something to maintain it, and less muscle, slower metabolism. And when you do strength training, when you build your muscle, you help actually to burn more calories even at rest. Muscles are metabolically active, so they actually help you burn calories and have faster metabolism.
Okay, but let's talk about if someone doesn't care, if someone don't care about their metabolism, right? What it actually looks like in real life, right? What that heavy lifting would give them if the person doesn't want to be bulky, right? Because I think that's also one of the myths that we have.
Yes, it's one of the common myths still, actually, which I'm surprised in 21st century. There are still so many women that think that if they're gonna go to the gym and lift something heavier than 5 pounds, they're gonna immediately build those massive muscle mass and they will be just walking with a biceps, like huge biceps, shoulders, legs, like men. So let's not forget that we are women and we are not going to grow that much muscle mass and become that bulky as men. So the very first thing when you start building muscle, when you start going to the gym and lifting heavier, you notice you have much more energy, your posture is much better, you sleep better, and your just everyday life is so much easier. Even doing simple things like carrying groceries, carrying your kids if you have small kids, lifting things up, that becomes easier. So that's reason number one. And reason number two is your posture. Your back becomes stronger and there's less pain, because I've noticed that a lot of women always complain about lower back pain and if they do something at home. So basically building strong muscle help with everyday life. And also let's not forget about body composition, because with the strength training your body changes. You have more toned arms, you have toned legs, rounder glutes, and you just feel more confident and you feel like better in your clothes as well.
I can relate to that. I remember when I started that strength training, I just had my baby and my lower back was killing me. I was in so much pain. And actually, the back exercise, building those muscles again after giving a birth, right? It actually helped me, and my posture become better. I can see myself in a different way, as well as babies usually wants to be carried, right? And my little one is not an exception. So she was like, "Hey, mom, can you carry me?" Even right now, she is 6, and she still loves to be carried. So I can do that easily, and it's not like for a second, but a bit longer. So actually, it helps you on a daily activities. Yeah, groceries is like adds on, but overall, it actually helps you to be stronger and feel better. Also, I'm going to share a quick example, right? So, holiday season, last week I was in the gym only once, and the rest of the week I just took it slow, didn't go. Yeah, we took a bike ride and stuff like that, but I was feeling so tired. So, without going to a gym, my it's not a mood swings, it's more like I'm feeling less resistant to what daily life brings to me, right? So it helps a bunch.
Also, one more thing I want to add about why it's good to strength train to build your muscle is your immune system becomes much better. For example, right now I am currently in Michigan. I'm visiting my parents-in-law. We have lots of people in the house, and my daughter got sick. So she got sick first, and I guess it's a flu, just because we did the test for our granddad, and he has a flu. So basically, she was the first one, and then the rest of the family started to picking that up, and everybody else had fever and they feel really weak, and they have like runny nose and everything. Yeah, and me, I kind of had very low energy. I was sleeping a lot during the day, so, and that's it. And I was done, and I started to work exercises at home since I don't have access to the gym here. I still find the ways to do a variety of workouts here. So that being said, when I try to remember when was the last time when I was sick, like really sick with a fever and everything, I can't even remember, maybe 2 years ago. So that's another amazing thing about weightlifting.
Yeah, so with that being said, I think we are about to talk about reason number two, which is hormones, bones, and aging. Strength training helps you to keep strong and also support your hormones and avoid aches and pains, as we mentioned, right? So we want to talk about why it matters as we getting older, and it's not about only how you look in the mirror; it's also about future you. So let's talk.
Yeah, so as we all know, our hormones, main hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Yes, we have testosterone. They tend to decline year after year. One of the ways to support them is, again, three simple things: good sleep, strength training, less stress, and good diet, basically. But let's talk a little bit about testosterone. If you start working out, if you start lifting heavy, actually weight training can help you to get those numbers higher, and you feel much better, and you feel more energized, and you're just full of energy, because this hormone also, when it drops, you just kind of feel sluggish, you don't want to do anything, you feel very tired all the time. So that's also one of the things that really, really important for us women, especially with also our cycle that goes through every month, and our hormones tend to go back and forth, plus they start declining. So this is really amazing benefit of strength training that I can't emphasize enough to my clients, because majority of my clients are women, and I'm a personal trainer, and I always tell them that we are lifting heavy not because we want to look the certain way, but first of all of the health benefits and your hormones is number one thing. If you want to feel energized, feel full of energy, young, healthy, and just, ready to start the day uh, on a good, like very high energy mode, that's the way to do that. That's, you don't have to be afraid to lifting heavy.
I feel that when I sleep well, when I eat well, and I exercise, I'm a different person. I have more energy, I'm in a better mood, and I'm ready for any hassle with my kids and my husband. Okay, so we covered health, right? But also, let's not forget that how you look is also important. So maybe we can go ahead and talk about that.
And we are to the reason number three, which is shape versus getting smaller. This is the thing a lot of women do not quite understand, that cardio will make you smaller, yes, but strength training will change your shape. What I mean by changing your shape is you are getting more toned arms, you're getting tighter waist, you're getting rounder glutes and toned legs. So basically your body composition changes. It's much more better, the result that you see, compared to doing tons of cardio and just losing a bunch of weight.
Okay, so let's imagine I'm as a beginner, right? I'm doing cardio and I'm still not seeing that toned look. So can you explain me why it is happening? Like what is a, I guess, chemistry behind it?
What cardio helps you with is just to lose weight. It helps you with your heart, with your cardiovascular health, but it will not really change your body composition. Yes, you will get smaller, but you might be looking as a skinny fat, which is a very popular term for women who prefer to do tons of cardio but avoid strength training, the more muscle you build, the more strength training you do, the less body fat you have, and you will just look better and more defined, other than doing lots of cardio all the time and doing very lightweight type of strength training.
Okay, I think we're gonna talk about misconception and bulky, fear, and other trainings like Pilates and yoga, right? Disclaimer, we're not opposed any Pilates or yoga. We think it's good for stretching. However, as you feel, we do strongly believe that strength training is helping women a bunch. So can we talk about that fear, right? Because I think, and I also had it, that once I'm going to be lifting heavier, I'm going to become more bulkier, right? Because I think we're all different, and sometimes your muscles are growing faster than for others, especially if you're lifting heavier. What do you think?
Yeah, this is still a really good fear that a lot of women have. That's why they prefer, when I go to the gym, most of the times I see women lifting like very tiny dumbbells, and because they are afraid that their back and their shoulders and arms become like twice as big, and they become like little hulks. But it is simply not true. Also, strength training doesn't mean living in the gym 24/7. For most women, 30 plus, it means 2 to 4 lifting sessions a week. And it doesn't have to be super long, 45 to 60 minute each session. Basic movements done well, and walking or light cardio also that you enjoy. And I want to add something really important here, because I see this all the time. Women say they've been strength training for months, but they're using same 5-10 pound dumbbells for their exercises. So here's the truth. Your muscle need more stimulus, and you need to lift heavier to get the result that you want. So basically, if you need to work in the range of 8 to 12 reps, and when you reach that 12 rep range, that's when you need to lift heavier and to increase your weight. And because if you do 20 reps each time, you will not give enough stimulus to your muscles, and there is nothing will change in your performance, in your look, in everything that you do. So that's what builds your muscle and supports your metabolism, your posture, your bones, your joints, everything we're talking about here. So don't forget to lift heavy. Very important.
Okay, someone is convinced now, right? Where the person should start, how to start, and especially, and most important, not to get hurt.
I will always recommend for people who are just starting out and they don't know what to do, definitely hire a personal trainer for at least just to do it once a week, to work with a personal trainer, just to get the technique done, how to do the exercises properly, how much weight you need, and the good personal trainer that will explain you everything, like why you're doing the certain exercise, what muscle are working, and you get that mind muscle connection and understand how to work, so you can do it on your own. You don't have to hire a personal trainer. Of course, if you want, it's better to have, at least in the beginning, a personal trainer 2 times a week or 3 times a week, whatever you prefer. But definitely it is um, at least recommended to have a professional in the beginning. So when you do it on your own, you can just be feel confident going to the gym, and you already know what to do, what equipment to use. And that's what I noticed with my client. And I love that when they tell me that, when I ask during our personal training session, I always ask, what did you do the last week? What exercises? What did you train? And they tell me all the exercises that I actually taught them. It kind of warms my heart, because I realize that it works. Whatever I explain to them, they just go to those machines or those exercises, and they already know how to do them, what muscle need to work, how to hold your posture and all that. So yeah, definitely have someone, because if you're gonna go by yourself, it's, first of all, it's intimidating when you go to the gym and you have no idea what to do, and you just don't want to look you don't want to embarrass yourself, of course. That's why it's good to go with a trainer. Or if you have someone experienced, like a friend who is experienced in the gym, that's another amazing option to do. So the friend can explain you how to do exercises, and that way you will feel more confident and you know what to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
I,
advice.
I think the second option is better for me, at least, because like imagine a person who never exercised before, right? It is intimidating even to go to a gym, not taking into account like hire a trainer, right? And like it's a completely new environment for that person. So I think find a friend who is already in a gym, and that friend can show you around at least like what machines are there, what that person is doing. And then once you have a bit of a habit and you're like familiar with the gym equipment and all of that, hire a trainer, let the trainer build the program for you, right? Because let's not forget that what Ina taught me actually is it's not, you don't have to change your exercise routine daily, weekly, right? If you have a program, you stick to it and it makes a difference. I can relate to that. I've seen a difference with Ina's programs that she developed for me. Because in the past I've used a bunch of different programs, apps, and they intend to change your exercise like on a rotation basis, not like on a weekly basis, but for sure like it's changing. And for my body composition, it wasn't working properly. So I frankly stick to a boring exercise every week.
Yeah, that's other very important thing I want to add. I love that you mentioned that. That's how I've been training for the past year. I used to do also exercises, different exercises, different workouts, change things a lot, thinking that I will give more stimulus to my muscle. I will surprise my muscle more. That way, I will have better result. But when I started to do same exercises for the same muscle groups every time, yeah, at some point I was like, oh my God, I'm so done. I want to do something else. But I stick to that same exercise, but just progressing with either weight, time, rest time, sets, reps. Like there are so many variety things that you can progress with. And I've noticed so much change in my physique, like my body composition changed with just this simple, boring, same exercises. So yes, you don't have to change every week your workouts. Of course, it's good to you can change or substitute certain exercises and finding the ones that work for you. That's another thing. Also, I always tell my clients. So if, for example, lunge in the squat machine works for one person, but for the other person, they feel back more than in their glutes and hamstrings, I tell them, okay, let's just switch to something else because looks like it's not working for you. Yeah, so there's no perfect machine, perfect exercise. You always have to find what works for you and stick to those exercises and just progress in them.
Yeah. Also, 5'10" from my side is I'm tall, so I'm 5'10", and for me to do squat, it's like I hate them. What I figure out is that because I'm tall, for me, like it's a way longer, like a long way, right, to go down on a squat. So frankly, I've asked please don't include any squats for me because I hate doing those and they make me miserable. So I think where I'm leading is that if you don't like something, find a substitute, right? There are plenty of things to do and to hit the same muscle group. And the last segment that we're going to be talking about is walking and actually how like your routine should look like, I guess. So for us, what is working is that we do exercise. I do exercise 4 times per week, and then I walk daily, and I'm trying to get my 10,000 steps daily. I'm gonna be honest. On the weekends, sometimes I do allow myself to just enjoy, relax. So I will not hit that amount of steps that I want, but it's okay. It's fine. But what I've noticed is that daily walking actually. That's kind of my cardio, and I see a difference in my physique. So with strength training 4 times per week plus daily walking. It's actually a good combination that works for me. And it's not only about the scale, it's more about how I feel and how I look.
Yes, totally agree. And about the scale, actually, a quick note here. When you start strength training, especially in the beginning, you might see the scale going up, and that's totally normal because you get so much glycogen in your muscle, and of course, you will be heavier. And but you might not even see that much scale weight going down for a while. So I would recommend not to stress over scale and your weight, and not going on it like every day. Maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. Yeah, just for curiosity, you can weight yourself, but do not expect this to go down as much, because you will see better result in the mirror, wearing your clothes, how you look, how you feel. This is much better thing to measure other than weight, just measure weighting yourself all the time. So yeah, that's very important thing to add here. I used to do cardio on very high intensity. My heart rate would be like at 160. So I had in my mind, I thought if I don't sweat like crazy, it's useless. Like the cardio, I didn't do it. I didn't burn that many calories, and it's just a waste of time. But it changed completely. So I walking outside, that's number one thing to do. And besides the cardio, it has so many benefits, just the fresh air and all that, you know this. So it's the best option. But if you don't have that option, even walking on the treadmill, walking on the walking pad, that's what I bought actually to hit my steps, or doing Stairmaster in the gym. And I always measure my heart rate. I have my watch where I just make sure that I'm just in the zone 2 where I can easily talk. So it's about 55 to 65% from the heart rate maximum. So it's not super heavy, super intense, and sometimes I don't even sweat that much. And this is really, really amazing type of cardio. Okay, now we want to hear from you. Are you currently strength training? Yes or no? Comment below and let us know. And if you are not training, what is stopping you? Fear of being bulky, not knowing what to do in the gym, or time constriction? Let us know and share in the comments below.
And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe us.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.